What's good, guys? Welcome back to another video. So it's very interesting because I haven't posted, I think, in 2 weeks, and um, I said that I'm going to be posting every single week. So I'm just going to give a bit of background and context of what I've been doing. Basically, I have been traveling around New York as I'm doing a CMU pre-college program for 6 weeks in Pittsburgh here, which is pretty nice. And as you can see, we moved into our dorm. Maybe I'll just do a quick 360. We moved into our CMU dorm. Okay, this is kind of weird, but we moved into our CMU dorm, which is pretty solid. So yeah, the overall environment is really nice. It's just really hot, and then the type of heatness is like the spicy hot. It's my first time in the US as well, so very excited for this course. Classes starts tomorrow, so yeah, that's just a bit about what's been going on. So yeah, as you probably clicked into this video, you're probably wondering why or how I started a pod at the age of 16. So just a bit about background on myself. If you guys didn't know, I've been actually working on a business, so like a marketing company, for about 11 months now, while trying to obviously balance my high school career. And I could just tell you that it's been kind of stressful at times, especially when I have to study for exams while also maintaining all of the work that you have to do when you start your own startup and having your own control, right? So I guess the main reason why I started this pod, and by the way, this pod is named the Gen Z Fastlane. I'll link it in the description, which you can check it out. And as you see in the name, it's targeted for Gen Z. So if you're a Gen Z yourself, you're probably gonna like it. Or I haven't actually posted much content yet, and I'm releasing weekly pods on Sundays. So next pod I think is gonna come out in a couple hours from this video. So yeah, feel free to check that out. I'll link in the description. So the Gen Z Fastlane, the overall main idea behind the Gen Z Fastlane is that I was actually feeling really stressed out with so much academic pressure, right? With studying and while trying to maintain the grades while running, and my own side business, which I'm very interested and passionate about. So I was like, one day, why not we interview people who are successful in this field and get their advice on study tips, so again we could be more efficient when it comes to studying, right? So we don't have to waste so much time trying this and trying that. And time is the most valuable asset for anyone, and you can agree with me, especially if you're a student yourself who's trying to aim to go to a crazy prestigious college, or if you're just overall a high achiever person with high standards yourself. That time is the most valuable asset you have. And sometimes I realize that I don't have much time for things because even though I still do use calendars, and my friends will say that I'm crazy for using calendars and time blocking my day every single night, there are still particular moments where you feel like there's just too much shit going on, right? I'll try not to swear, but there's just so many things going on. So why not, if we interview people who are smart in their field and kind of share around the study tips, so then it makes it easier for people who are following their path. So I started interviewing, for example, some high school students in my school who are graduates this year, and asking them about how they got the highest marks in the world, right? Which is actually pretty good. So why not just interview them and then ask them to share tips, so then we can easily extract those tips and then not make the same mistakes that they did, right? Because at the end of the day, I always believe that our life is basically teaching other people to do things that we have already overcome, but then make it less stressful for them by sharing it to them in some form. So we're going to be doing it in the podcast, right? And another really good thing that I really like with the Gen Z Fastlane is that we create a network of people who are like-minded, right? Who are high achievers. That's one of my overall goals with the Gen Z Fastlane. So basically every Sunday I'm going to be interviewing a type of Gen Zer, I would say. So they can either be someone who's really good at academics, right? So I think just last week I interviewed Jasper. If you're watching this, probably not, you don't watch YouTube, but he's a really productive friend who gets the top grades, right? If you guys are in his grade, or if you guys are in my school or the same grade, you know that he gets like 99%, 100%, right? So why not, if we interview Jasper and ask him on the study tips, and then maybe extract some information from there and implement it on our lives, so then we can easily get the high grade and actually realize how much effort we actually need to put to get these grades, right? Because at the end of the day, like, many people are just striving for the grades, and then after at university, like, you can choose what you want to do, and the most important thing is just to get that good grade, which is the points, right? And another core example of the type of people that I'm going to be interviewing and bring onto the podcast, which I really want to explore, is people who are starting different projects. So for example, I wouldn't say myself, I know that there's so many more people who are like crazier in with crazy startups, or like have better results than me, but basically people like myself who are really passionate about a certain field and decides to pursue it. Because at the end of the day, the reason why I started my entire journey is because I watched some people who are in the same age as myself do the same thing, and it sounds very interesting, so I decided to explore. So why not just have the same ecosystem where, for example, if you're interested in art and you watch someone who is successful in the art startup and who's in the similar age group as you, then you're going to be more motivated to start your own thing because you see someone else also doing the same thing. So why not just have some platform for Gen Zers, which will be future leaders, right? We're all going to be 20 something, 30 something in 10 years, and we're going to be the ones who are going to be dominating in the world and helping the next generation. So why not build this network and build a community of people where we can share each other's stories while connecting with each other, while helping each other without having to kind of like be stressed about going on this path ourselves, right? Because at the end of the day, like with this digital world, it's very interesting because I spend, I think, about like 15 hours every single day, at least on my computer. I feel like we're very unconnected in some point, and I don't think humans are like this, right? Because in the past, if we go back to, history, our ancestors all had tribes. And I think moving forward with AI and everything, it's going to be very crucial to build your own tribe and have a good network, especially if you're going to pursue a startup or business. But just in general, right? Just having a good network of people who are like minded will be a very important key. And I really hope that Gen Z Fastlane will be able to bring this to all Gen Z people in the world. And obviously, you can't interview every single person who's smart in Gen Z. So I guess there will be some sort of bias, but I'm leaning more towards the people that I'm interested in and that people that have like interesting projects. So, for example, like I guess I'll be bringing on many people who with different top universities, right, and studying different fields. So, for example, I'm having some people who are in the diploma program who are going to be going to CUHK to do medicine, right? Or maybe I'm going to get some people from Oxford, and I'm also currently inviting some people from UC Berkeley who are going to Has Business School, since I'm probably going to pursue that path. And then there's Wharton, right? And I'll try and get like a diverse, different mix, basically see and interview if they have like a very unique story or if they're working on different projects. So yeah, I hope this video wasn't all over the place. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be posting more often, especially after I'm settled into this entire dorm. And it's actually pretty comfy, to be honest. And compared to my other two friends' dorm, our dorm's actually the best. So I guess we hit the jackpot because it actually feels really nice. The AC is really good, and yeah, I guess that's basically it for this video. Next video, I think, will be on about some kind of learning or some kind of knowledge where I'm sharing, my LinkedIn tips or, just tips in general on business. Or it's going to be, I think, oh yeah, it's going to be the vlog to New York. So I actually traveled last week, as I said before, to New York for 5 days, and I visited actually like 5 different universities. I drove like 2 days straight. Obviously, my dad did that, but visited, I think, Harvard, MIT, Yale, Columbia, and Penn. Yeah. And I think overall, like MIT and Harvard, when I visited them, it was like, the college rankings are really high, right? And the campus is like really like isolated and it's not as beautiful compared to like CMU and also Penn. So maybe I'll probably won't consider MIT or Harvard, or probably I won't even get in. But yeah, I guess I'm rambling a lot, but yeah, if you guys stick to the end of the video, feel free to just check out the Gen Z Fastlane. Even though if you're not Gen Z, it might be pretty interesting to see, what people are working on. And personally, I really like sharing people's stories. I really like talking to people. I connected with so many people from CMU, and they're all like from a diverse culture, which is really nice. And one of the main reasons why I came to this program in the first place. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.